What is up, squad, and welcome to this video. Sitting down all day isn't ideal, but it's something a lot of us do. We sit down to eat breakfast, we then maybe sit down in the car or on the bus on the way to work. When we get to work, we sit down all day, and then maybe we get home after a long day and sit down and watch the TV. All this sitting down all day and being hunched over can cause us to have shoulder pain and upper back pain. Today, we're going to go through some stretches and exercises that will help bring the shoulders back and then also down. Roll the intro. The first thing we need to do is stretch the muscles that are tight. So usually when we're sat at a desk all day, our chest, shoulder and bicep are usually tight because they're hunched over, so these tend to be the muscles on the front. So the stretches we're going to do today will help stretch out these short muscles. But then we also need to work the opposing muscles on the back of the body. So usually the muscles on the back might be slightly weak because we've been in this position all day. So we're going to go through some exercises to help strengthen these back muscles, to pull the shoulders back and help elongate those now stretched out muscles on the front of our bodies. We're going to go through 2 exercises to help strengthen those muscles on the back, as I said before. We're also going to go through 2 stretches with all their variations to help stretch out those muscles on the front, the chest, shoulder and bicep. This first stretch is called the lat stretch, but not only is it going to open up the lats on the back, but it will also open up the chest and shoulders. Want to place the hands on something elevated, a sofa or a chair works well, and drive the armpits and shoulders through to the floor. We can change from one hand to the other hand to make it a little bit more intense rather than just 2 hands. And we're looking to hold this for between 30 seconds and 2 minutes, driving the head and shoulders and armpits through to the floor. To make the second variation a little bit more intense, all we're going to do is place the elbows on the elevated surface now and place the hands together. This forces the shoulders to externally rotate a little bit more and really stretches out all those muscles in between the shoulder blades as well as just the back now. The most intense and final variation on this one is just placing the hands even further apart. So I'm using the ends of a foam roller on this one, but you can use, for example, a bar at the gym or a broomstick at home. Anything that places the hands a little bit further apart will really help stretch out those muscles in between the shoulder blades even further. You'll also notice that through all these stretches I'm moving, just trying to find the tightest spots. This next stretch is called the chest wall stretch, really going to help stretch out the chest, shoulder and bicep. We want it to turn away from the hand so the fingers are pointing behind us. We want to place the hand on the wall. You can change how high up on the wall your hand is depending on where you feel it the best, and then we're just wanting to essentially turn the body away from the hand as much as possible until we can feel it in the chest, bicep and shoulder. This one is pretty intense, so we can make it a little easy by placing the whole forearm on the wall and taking the bicep out of the equation a little bit. Again, all we're trying to do is twist away from the hand as much as possible. All these stretches are going to be held for between 30 seconds to around 2 minutes. So that's all the stretches. Now I'm moving into the exercises to strengthen the upper back. This one's called the Superman. We want to focus on keeping our hips level, so squeeze the glutes, squeeze the abs. Most important thing as well is we want to keep the shoulders away from the ears, which is what I was demonstrating here. And then all we're doing is raising the arms up on the front of the body, holding for as long as we can, between sort of 30 seconds and a minute. And we can also do some pulses like so, around 10 pulses, and then a 10-second hold would also be really good as a set for strengthening the upper back here. The next variation is something called YTWs, where we're in the same position, keeping the upper chest off the floor and shoulders down away from the ears, but we're moving the hands into a shape Y, T and a W, keeping the thumbs up off the floor as high as possible and keeping the shoulder blades squeezed together. This final one is a variation on the first exercise, holding something out in front of us, doesn't matter what it is, just adds a little bit of weight to the movement. And again, doing something like 10 pulses and a 10-second hold would be great. This final exercise is something called a wall raise, similar to the previous exercise, but we're now vertical. So all this means is that the lower back's taken out of the equation because we're in a deep squat position and trying to force that lower back into the wall. So all the movement is coming from the upper body. We're wanting to keep the arms straight. We're wanting to keep the shoulder blades down again, so the shoulders away from the ears, and raise the arms up as high as possible up to the wall. We can add an object to this as well. So again, I'm using the foam roller here to add a little bit more weight. We want it to really squeeze at the top of the movement. Doing something like 10 repetitions and then a 10-second hold at the top would be awesome for this. Thanks for watching. I hope you found that insightful, and you can now start doing some of those exercises and stretches to help bring your shoulders into a more natural position. Let me know down in the comments below if there's anything you want to see stretches or exercises for in future. Give the video a like and subscribe for new videos every week. I will see you guys in the next video. Have a good one. Goodbye.